Age of 12 years old, I had already committed many crimes. I used to say that I was born to be a criminal.
E eu sempre dizia um termo que eu tinha nascido para aquilo, eu tinha nascido para o crime.
My name is Hugo, I'm 26 years old. I'm a former prison inmate, and I was also in juvenile prison before that. From the age of 10 to 11, due to the lack of affection in my family, I looked for ways to fill an emptiness I had inside of me. This is when I got involved in drugs.
De afeto familiar, eu comecei a buscar alternativas para que aquele vazio fosse preenchido dentro de mim. E foi ali que eu conheci as drogas, muito novo, de forma precoce.
At the age of 12, I had already committed many crimes. I carried illegal weapons, I was involved in an international drug trafficking ring and also trafficking people.
O tráfico internacional de drogas, a resistência à prisão, o tráfico de pessoas. I
was caught by the police, and while running away from them, I was run over by a car. It was a terrible accident.
Acabei que colidindo com o carro. O acidente foi gravíssimo.
My leg was crushed and I ended up losing it. I became crippled, but even though I lost my leg and wore a prosthesis, I didn't abandon the lifestyle of crime.
Mesmo eu já perdido a perna, mesmo eu usando um aparelho ortopédico, prótese, eu não abandonei o crime.
I used to say that I was born to be a criminal, to make people suffer in my hands. It gave me pleasure to see people begging for their life.
Sofrerem na minha mão. Eu sentia prazer naquilo. Sentia em ver uma vítima implorando pela sua vida.
I was arrested for the 6th time, and it was in prison that everything began to change. It was there that God called me. Inside prison, there was a UCKG church. There were assistants helping us, and today I can say with great conviction that it was there that I was able to hear God calling me.
Dentro do presídio tinha obreiros que faziam um trabalho da igreja. Eu afirmo com convicção que foi dentro da cadeia que eu consegui ouvir o chamado de Deus para minha vida.
When God called me, I had no doubt it was Him. When God speaks, there are no doubts. It's Him. It's like I woke up and I began wanting to know who Jesus Christ was. When I started reading the book of Matthew in the Bible, I could finally understand that Jesus existed. When I accepted that He was the Son of God, His calling was so clear to me.
Jesus existia. Quando eu aceitei que Ele era Filho de Deus, aquele chamado ficou evidente.
As a result, I decided to leave everything behind, my status, my reputation, vanity, and I left the drugs. I was so sure that my life would change that I felt as if I was no longer a prisoner.
E quando eu ouvi o meu chamado, eu já não estava mais nem preso.
When I left prison, I can really say that I had sacrificed that lifestyle. Was my life difficult? Yes, but there were good things too.
Eu posso dizer até que foi o primeiro. Era uma vida difícil, sim, mas era uma vida que me trazia regalias.
When I left prison, I was unemployed. I had no place to live. My family didn't want me back. I left with nothing and I was a cripple.
Voltasse para eles, eu saí sem nada. E, inclusive, saí deficiente.
There were many reasons for me to give up. But there was an assurance inside of me that I would have a new life. Crippled or not, I didn't care. Actually, the worst handicap is not in the body, but in the mind of many people.
A deficiência do ser humano não é a física, não é a deficiência motora, é a intelectual.
I left prison at around 1 a.m. But 7 a.m. the next day, I was in the church right before the altar. I thanked Him for the new lease of life, for calling me, because I had lost brothers, cousins, but He called me. I believed in him, and the next day I went back to get baptized. I surrendered 100%.
Eu me entreguei. E no outro dia eu já estava lá para me batizar. Me entreguei 100%.
The campaign of Israel came, and let me tell you something. As someone who was a criminal, I can easily tell when someone is being honest in their intentions or not.
Às vezes num gesto, às vezes num olhar, às vezes não precisa, a pessoa não precisa nem foneticamente dizer, mas às vezes num gesto, num olhar, a gente consegue perceber a intenção, realmente o que está dentro da pessoa.
When I received the opportunity to hear, to absorb the understanding of what the campaign of Israel was, I could clearly see that the pastor was sincere in wanting to bless me. My request was that I would receive the Holy Spirit, the presence of God inside of me. I really surrendered my all because I saw the pastor was sincere and wanted to bless me.
Observado e nem visto malícia e maldade, eu realmente me entreguei.
To build my sacrifice, I went around my city trying to sell my prosthesis. I told myself that I would sell it, even if I had to come down from the altar limping, no problem. All I wanted was God in my life.
Mesmo que eu desça de muleta, mesmo que, enfim, não importa. Eu quero é esse Deus na minha vida.
I went to all the shops who dealt with this, but no one wanted to buy it. I didn't sell it only because no one wanted to buy it. I was ready to sell it for any price.
Produtos ortopédicos, que compra e revende esses tipos de aparelho, e ninguém quis comprar. Eu fui disposto a vender por qualquer valor.
The prosthesis was worth around $9,000 US, but if I was offered $130 US, I would have sold it. I came back frustrated, but God saw my intention, and days later, on a Friday, the Holy Spirit came down upon me.
De 2014, numa sexta-feira, o Espírito Santo desceu.
He changed me and he transformed my life. When I left that Friday service, as I walked out the door, it was as if I had entered a new city. Everything was new.
Parecia que eu já estava em outro local. Parecia que era outra cidade. Tudo mudou.
Other campaigns of Israel came, and I continued to sacrifice, campaign after campaign. There were campaigns I had sold my furniture, and my wife and my child and I all slept in one mattress.
Nessa ocasião, eu, minha esposa e meu filho, nós só ficamos com colchão.
We sold everything, fridge, cooker, everything. In other campaigns, I gave my car, and our life grew gradually. God gave me an idea that I would have a brand that would be known in the whole country. My business began growing, and now we have 2 shops in Rio de Janeiro, 1 shop in Brasilia, 1 shop in Minas Gerais, 2 shops in Alagoas, 2 shops in Rio Grande do Sul, and we are about to open 1 more shop in Amazonas.
Nós já temos 2 lojas no Rio de Janeiro. Nós já temos uma loja em Minas Gerais, uma em Brasília, 2 em Alagoas. Nós temos 2 lojas no Rio Grande do Sul. Nós já temos agora para inaugurar, nós temos no Amazonas.
Our financial life hasn't only changed, it has been totally transformed. We have 2 houses. I gave my wife a car that she wanted. I also have my own car. My son studies at a private school. I myself didn't have an education, but I'm able to provide a good education for my son.
Eu que nunca tive estudo, estou conseguindo direcionar meu filho, poder conceder isso a ele.
All these blessings came as a result of my faith, but my life is not based on them. My foundation is the presence of God that I received that Friday. I was able to find God, to know who God is, and that is my foundation. God took me out of prison. There was no hope for me. Due to my lifestyle, I wasn't even supposed to be alive today. But my greatest achievement was to have been called by God, chosen from many others who died as a result of less crime than the ones I committed.
Eu tinha tudo para que eu pudesse não estar aqui hoje. Tudo para que eu não tivesse essa oportunidade de estar respirando. E é nessa conquista, é a conquista de ter sido chamado, de ter sido selecionado dentre muitos que morreu por muito menos do que eu fiz. Muito menos.
But God was good to me. He gave me this opportunity. My life is based on obedience, respect, and reverence to God. A life that makes me know who God is.
Que me proporcionou conhecer a Deus.